My name is Don Elsbernd. I farm here in northeast Iowa, Alameda County, the very northeastmost county of Iowa. We've been farming here for 38 years. The farm started out as a dairy and crop farm. We dairied for about 10 years. And then we transitioned into more of a crop farm. We did feed some cattle for a while, but our focus was primarily on crops. Corn, soybeans, and hay at the time. We eventually transitioned out of hay to more of a corn-soybean rotation. The soil health practices that we use are generally no-till and cover crops. We use a variety of other conservation measures, but those two are the ones that focus primarily on soil health at this point. And of course we have the waterways, and some of our farms have terraces on and things of that nature. So we use a wide variety. It's an integrated approach to conservation. Most recent focus has been on soil health. We're getting a better understanding of what healthy soil can do and does do for us, and it's been an ongoing learning process for us. Our family has a long tradition of employing conservation. I remember an article written somewhere in our family history about my grandfather, as he was kind of an early adopter of strip cropping back in, I'm guessing, the early 60s. My father, on our farm when I was home, we strip cropped everything, we contour farmed everything, waterways. He moved into conservation till as that movement took place. And then as I took over my own farm, our practices eventually evolved. From an agronomic standpoint, one thing you notice right away when you start no-tilling is how much firmer the soil is and so forth, and it has a much better carrying capacity. 3 years ago, we set a goal to have 100% of our acres with cover crops. That first year we came very close with about 85–90% covered. We became involved in the water hemp world 3 years ago. The first year, we just noticed there was a little bit there. The second year we had some fields that were really bad. This year we kind of have learned how to deal with it. But what we've noticed, especially this year, is where there is a rye cover crop, there is much less water hemp getting through. It still gets through, but it's to 80% less incidence where there was cover crop versus where there wasn't. The thing I will say for sure is cover crops are not hurting our yields. Our yields continue to improve year over year, as they have in the past, even with some very robust cover crops and some things that people are really scared to do. The benefits of these practices are absolutely worth what we're putting into them. When you look at soil loss, depending on how you value that there's going to be an economic return to that. If you're increasing yields because your soil health is better and so on, there's clearly an advantage to that. If you're saving on nutrients, there's an economic benefit there. People are really noticing the enhanced weed control you get with having cover crops out there. And so you start putting all those things together. It doesn't take long to get a return on investment. I would say gather a lot of information, talk to a lot of people, have a mentor, start small, and focus on an integrated system that works for your operation. I would like to get to a system, and it's going to take a while, especially in the commodity world, where farmers are rewarded for their soil health practices.